Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. I am continuing Star Wars The Clone Wars. This is Season 7, Episode 8, and it is titled Together Again. Who's gonna be together again? Is it the Mandalorians, including Bo-Katan that we saw last episode, keeping an eye on Ahsoka, or is she gonna be reunited with maybe Anakin or Obi-Wan? I'm not sure what they're doing at this point in time. We're getting very close to the events of Revenge of the Sith, so I think there's a good reason why we're not going to be seeing those characters a lot during this last season, because it's going to maybe overlap with the movie itself. We'll see. But the last episode, it did not really go well for our little group there. They tried to escape and they got captured again. So just at first glance, that whole episode is just, it could have been avoided, if you can say that. But as I mentioned, someone was keeping an eye on them, Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian. So let's see if they are going to be the ones to rescue Ahsoka and Trace and Rafa. And it's not that I haven't been enjoying Trace and Rafa to an extent. It's just I am looking forward to when Ahsoka is going to be teaming up with other people. Yes, but I think I'm just going to jump straight into this one. As always, you can check out our full-length reactions to the Clone Wars and all the other shows that we are doing on our Patreon. The link is down in the description below. Oh, and if you hear any noises, it's just Cat roaming around a little bit, getting ready for us to watch some Tiger King. Yes, there we go. Okay. You can change who you are, but you cannot run from yourself.
We're here because you convinced Trace to dump the spice, and she did.
I never told her to do that.
Not
Wait,
at all
so
what
you're
happened.
blaming me for this?
Rafa, you need to trust me.
Me? Trust you.
We each played a part in getting here. Now we need to do the same to get out. But we...
Come with us.
What's gonna happen? I thought that they had decided upon, executing them. So why are they keeping them alive?
Pay your debt or watch your friends die.
Or, no, that was a ruse.
I want
Sorry.
to cut a deal with you.
You would betray your friends.
Trust me. They're not my friends.
Where is my spice?
Send them to go get it and give them one rotation. If they don't come back, I'll tell you where their family's from. That should motivate them.
I won't forget this.
She better trust us, okay? Yeah.
I must regain that spice.
Why?
My life depends on it as much as theirs.
You think he will find out about this?
He always knows.
Yeah, that would be Maul. So we're getting close to... Yeah.
Bring back the spice.
I didn't scan the Jedi leaving with the others.
Here we go.
Keep watch. I want to know the instant she leaves the Citadel.
What's gonna keep, Trace and Rafa from
What are
just
you up to?
go somewhere else? Or is this how Ahsoka was planning on just getting them away from the whole thing? And this is the last time we see them. Nope. Okay. Never mind.
I still don't understand what Ahsoka was thinking. Giving herself up for us? That's rare. You don't see that much.
Yeah, no
You
shit.
mean that was her plan? I thought that was clear. Trust me? Come on, Trace.
It's so very clear.
So how do we rescue Ahsoka without getting captured again?
Damn it.
By delivering the spice, of course.
Since I'm here, might as well do some good.
Do some good, and then you pick up explosives. Alright, so they're returning now with...
I'll hail the receiving dock.
And what's
Let them
the
know we're
fucking
here.
plan?
So we're stealing spies from the Pikes to trade it back for Ahsoka?
counting on them just giving them the spice?
Look, pal, I don't want to get you in trouble, but this is coming from up top, if you know what I mean. So why don't you just start loading the spice onto my ship? Come on, guys, let's get moving.
There are no guards. Okay, so he's just gonna blow the fucking whole operation up. What about all the workers?
I assure you, this delay does not change things.
You are but one small piece moving in this mechanism which I have designed, and yet when you falter...
The Republic is cracking down on my operations. Just a week ago, they raided one of my shipments arriving on Coruscant.
Were there Jedi?
I don't know. None of my men made it out.
Well, then the answer is yes. I am certain Crimson Dawn would love the opportunity to take control of your operation.
Crimson Dawn. Connecting this whole thing to Solo. The movie, that is.
Surely Maul knows we do not jump to his demand.
Would you care to make that clear to him?
Sir, come quickly. The prisoner has escaped.
That took you a while to figure out. What's the plan, Ahsoka? Except for planting bombs?
Mandalore. What's Maul doing there?
I knew you were no petty smuggler. Who are you?
Freaking Jedi. Who has been captured again.
Are your friends Jedi as well?
No, just me. They have no idea.
The Jedi Council will regret sending you here.
They didn't though, but yeah. Oh. They don't know about the bombs.
You just don't want to do the work. That's it, isn't it? Rafa? Not now. So where is this manager? Huh? Rafa, stop!
Behind you.
There isn't one, is there? You little liar.
He's right behind you.
And it's a Trandoshan, of course.
I got your manifesto right here!
It's a Trandoshan with a...
Yes, kill her. Yes, get her. Get her.
See ya, pal.
Oh.
Nice work. Come on.
You don't have to execute her. We brought your spice back.
Foolish. We know you are both working for the Republic and this Jedi.
Jedi? Her? A Jedi? Come on.
How unfortunate that your stupidity is so authentic.
Why didn't you tell me? How could I? After what you told me about your parents.
So you're actually a Jedi?
Was a Jedi.
So you're not a Jedi?
I was trained, but I left. You can do that?
Prepare to execute them all.
Finally. That was easy. Ish.
Got another one. Closing point. 4-6.
Got him!
We've lost the rear deflector shields.
And the gun. Hang on.
Let's go on the offensive.
Woohoo!
Glad we could help.
And we're back. It's 13:13.
So, you're not going to arrest me for spice smuggling?
Why would I do that?
Well, you're a Jedi, right? Don't you make a
Didn't
living
you
tracking
hear
down
what she
criminals?
said? She left the Jedi Order.
I was a Jedi.
I don't understand.
No,
Why would
you
anyone walk away
never
from
understand
being a
anything,
Jedi?
Trace.
It's complicated.
You might not think of yourself as a Jedi, but you act like one. Or at least how I want them to be.
We got in over our heads. Without you, we'd be done for.
Exactly.
Jedi or not. I consider you my friend.
Making friends?
Trace and Rafa, back away.
So you remember me?
Don't worry. Death Watch is gone. You and I have a common enemy.
Maul.
I need your help. Once we are underway, I will explain everything.
Yes. Finally.
You have 5 minutes to decide.
Sounds like she needs your help, just like we did.
But if I go down this path, I'm afraid where it might lead.
Back to the Jedi?
Yes.
Go. It's what you're meant to do.
Rafa's right.
All right. But let me keep my bike here, just in case.
Deal.
I love the Mandalorian ship design. Yeah. That's it, folks. So that was episode number 8 and the end of this story arc with Trace and Rafa and Ahsoka, of course. And yeah, it's not my favorite by a long shot. It was really beautifully made, and yeah, some cool stuff in it. And I totally get how they're putting this last season together, the narrative that they're building here with Ahsoka and Rex being the two main characters, and I get what Dave then alluded to in an interview. And I talked about this before, where the first story arc is going to be focusing on Rex, the next one on Ahsoka, and then the last one on both of them. And that's what we're then going to be moving into now, is the last one, the last 4 episodes, that's the stuff that I've been looking forward to, at least. And I think a lot of other people have been looking forward to what's to come now with Mandalore, Bo-Katan, the Mandalorians, and Maul. And we did get a little bit of Maul in this episode, so we're kind of tying it together. He mentioned Crimson Dawn, which is, if you've seen Solo, that movie, that's the criminal organization that Han Solo and Chewie and yeah, that the one that they're dealing with in that one. And we get the reveal at the end of that movie that Maul is behind that. That is his organization, and he is, from what we can see, it seems like he is in charge of a huge portion of what goes on in the underworld, and with the Pikes answering to him, and maybe also still the Hutts and Black Sun. Maybe I'm not quite sure. It's last time we saw Maul in the previous Clone Wars seasons. It was back in season 5, I believe, and when we saw him there, he was actually on Mandalore, and he had taken over and everything, but then Sidious showed up, and because he had kind of had enough of Maul and Savage just doing things and calling themselves the rightful master and apprentice, then the rightful Siths, or the rightful Sith. There's no s at the end. And he, he killed off Savage and he defeated Maul. And then there's a story arc that we didn't get, or it didn't get to be animated, at least. It's in a comic book form, and I actually have it somewhere, with Maul then escaping, I believe. I actually haven't read it because I've been saving it for when the Clone Wars would pick up again, because by the time I bought it, that we had the announcement that Clone Wars was coming back. So I might actually, make sure, I will make sure to read it before the next episode, so that I am 100% caught up on what Maul has been doing and how he escaped from Sidious, and how he got back into this position of power in the underworld. But yeah, let's get back to what happened in this episode a little bit, even though it was just seemed like more of the same, just these three trying to get out of the situation by any means necessary, pretty much, trying to talk their way out of it, trying to swindle their way out of it, and make some sort of deal where they could maybe get away, and then of course they come back and try to rescue Ahsoka, and more rescuing going on, and them trying to get away from the Pikes, it seems like that's been like half of this story arc has just been these three trying to get away from the Pikes. But they finally managed to do that, and then we have the end there with Ahsoka saying yes, I presume, to helping Bo-Katan and the Mandalorians. And yeah, I hope this is the last we've seen of Trace and Rafa. Nothing against the voice actors or anything. Like they still did a good job with the portraying these characters. It's just the characters themselves I'm not too fond of. Trace was just kind of oblivious to what's going on, and then very focused on herself a lot of the time. I know she's supposed to be this young brass teenager, and she's representing the younger version of Ahsoka, whom people didn't like either. So maybe it's on purpose that Dave decided to make Trace not likable, or more like the very, very early version of Ahsoka that people didn't like either. And then Rafa is maybe representing more what Ahsoka could become if she becomes too jaded and too set in her ways, and doesn't want to accept help and doesn't want to help others. So she has to strike a certain balance between those, what she could become and what she has been. I totally get that. It's just the characters themselves is not my favorite. They're not the strongest characters. And it does seem a little bit odd that, we get this mediocre story arc in the middle of the absolute last season, between what I hope is going to be, the first one with the Bad Batch. That was a good story arc, and then the last one is hopefully going to be amazing. But it, as I mentioned, it does make sense for the narrative that they're building in this season, and that we're going to be seeing Rex at first, and how he is how he's feeling, and how what all the stuff he's been through the Clone Wars, and losing every member of Domino Squad, and then getting Echo back, and just reminiscing on what he's been through, and really getting to see what kind of lives the clones are living in the different groups and squads and everything. That's what we got from the Bad Batch. And then this one we got, Ahsoka's life post Jedi, the Jedi Order, after she left it, how she's been dealing with it, and her feelings about the Jedi, and then that correlates with how Trace and Rafa, who are representing the common people, what their feelings about the Jedi. So there's a lot of soul searching for Ahsoka to do there, for her to then get back to what we're then gonna get in the last story arc. So yeah, it makes sense. It sure does. Just once again, not my favorite episodes, but still always it's Star Wars. I just like spending time in the Star Wars universe, no matter what it is, pretty much. But that's gonna do it for this reaction and review of Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7 Episode 8, Together Again. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.